All right, let's get to our lists.
Let's get
So
to it.
we're gonna start with what exceeded our expectations. So a movie you went into, obviously, like if it's not a movie that you thought would be bad because you probably just wouldn't even watch that,
Yeah.
but a movie that you maybe weren't that excited for and you thought was ended up being really great. Give me the first one on your list.
All right. So I went with Christy,
Okay.
the boxing movie starring Sydney Sweeney. I thought she did really well in that role. I thought she committed pretty well with the accent and just like her physical performance, like the body transformation, all that stuff. I think I didn't know Christy Martin's story. Neither of us did going into it, so I think that actually adds some juice to it. And then
Hmm.
obviously seeing it at TIFF, seeing it at the movie festival, and kind of being in that atmosphere. I think it's uplifting. I think it's funny, and it's more of a cautionary tale too, than people realize, at least if you haven't seen it, and then you kind of see what she kind of went through without spoiling it. But that was obviously there's a lot of hate around that movie just because Sydney
Hmm.
Sweeney's in it. And then one thing I have to say too about it is that like people are like, oh, this is just like Oscar bait kind of movie, which I find like it's just like a funny thing that happens nowadays, which is I think it's been like the last like 5 years of this, where it's like people always say about biopics, but I'm like, people have been doing biopics for the longest time. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like they only say that Oscar bait thing with people they don't like. Like
Hmm.
no one said that Killian Murphy was doing Oscar bait when he was Oppenheimer, because that's an Oscar bait type movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just like we're just making a movie off an interesting person with interesting stories. Like, oh, it's just Oscar bait. I'm just like, that's that. Just say that about biopics. So like, are we just can't make biopics anymore, or it's just like, oh, no,
Yeah.
they're just trying to Oscar bait.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't disagree with them that much, though. I think maybe not Oscar bait. Like you're still trying to make a good movie. You're not like, okay, I'm doing this for awards. These are the. I think it's just like these are the kind of movies that the Oscars gravitate towards because they want to show how deep they are and like look
Mm,
how incredible this performance is about a real person that went through an incredible story and the depiction of it is so powerful. Here's your award. So I don't think necessarily that's the fault of the movie. I think that's more the fault of the Academy. I guess like going into the movie you know that, so you could call
mm.
it Oscar bait, but like it's same with all the musical biopics that we're getting. We got Bob Dylan, we got Elvis, we're getting Michael Jackson. There's
But
it's
to
all
me,
kind
it's
of the
not
same.
new. It's not new. People act like
No,
it's like,
you're
oh,
right.
in these last 5 years, they're just pushing hard because now they're realizing. I'm like, people have been making. There's Malcolm X, there's JFK, there's Lincoln. They've been making these movies since like the '60s, and like those always movies. That's kind of been a thing where they'd be like, oh, that was a great. If you're shit, you're not gonna get it. Like if you make a George W. Bush movie, it's like, and it's bad. It's not gonna get the
Yeah.
Oscars. Not gonna give it to you. Just I think that's my issue with it because people make it seem like they'll give it to bad biopic
Mm,
movies. They
mm,
don't. If it's a bad biopic, you're not gonna get it. It doesn't matter if it's a biopic. Like people make it think it's just like, oh, okay, he's biopic. I put him in there because
yeah.
like he did the biopic thing. You know what I mean? It's like that's not the case though. That's why I find it funny. Like people just bring it up when someone they don't like, and
Yeah.
that's my funny thing with the
Yeah.
with that
That's fair.
whole verbiage.
And I agree with you, Christy. I didn't put it on my list, but you're right. I went into that movie I cuz I didn't have really much expectations for it. I
Same.
didn't really know because it's like a festival movie. There's not even a trailer for it. So you read what the synopsis is and you're like, okay, maybe this sounds cool, but like it's tough to really have any expectations going into a festival movie.
Yeah.
So I guess if that means you start at like right in the middle, and you're right, like there's some. I think for a lot of it, it was like kind of meeting my expectations. Like this is okay, this is good, this is
Yeah.
cool, and then like the second half takes over, and it's actually there's some really good stuff in there. So good
Yeah.
pick.
But what about you though? What was the first one on your list?
First one on my list is F1.
Okay.
Joseph Kaczynski is him. I I thought it was very similar to Top Gun Maverick
Mhm.
before even realizing it was the same director. And it
Yeah.
even says it on the poster, like from the same guy that
Oh
brought you
yeah.
Top Gun Maverick. I don't know. I guess I was not reading. I wasn't really
Maybe you thought it
paying
was
attention.
producers or something because they always put that like something that just be like same
Well,
people
it's
that
producers as
produced.
well.
Okay, that's fair.
It was both. But honestly, like I mean, a big reason it's on my list is because I didn't have high expectations for it. Like I knew it was coming
Mhm.
out. I'm like, okay, Brad Pitt. I knew that it was like F1 was involved with it. Okay, they're shooting like in the actual races. That's kind of cool. I'm sure there's going to be some real like drivers in there. They would have had consultations with them to try and make it as authentic as possible. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, it could be a cool racing movie. I'm also not a big F1 fan, so I wasn't like super excited for it, but I was like, it might be a cool racing movie. Um, and it was just an awesome movie, just an adrenaline rush, great redemption arc from Sonny. It is a classic story, like our friend from Reddit said that like easy to follow, pretty
Yeah.
simple. Great relationship dynamic with him and Joshua Damson, Idris's character, and the races were fun
Mhm.
in a creative way that I just didn't expect. The way he's messing stuff up to like get ahead, and like I don't want to say too much, but like
Yeah.
that movie's awesome.
Yeah. No, and like you said, it was it's interesting. Like you had low expectations, or you just didn't have expectations.
I had like mid expectations. I was like,
Okay.
this seems like I had seen the trailers and I was like, it seems kind of cool. I'll
Okay.
check it
Yeah.
out. Like I'm into it. If it's gonna be a decent racing movie, then that's still cool.
Mhm.
But it ended up being awesome.
Yeah. You ended up seeing it twice, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it once in IMAX, which was dope. And then
Mhm.
I saw it in 40X, which is the ones on the sides.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like for some movies that's kind of maybe doesn't really add that much, maybe even like worsens the experience. For this movie, it was perfect. Like the POV shots when he's racing, and then
Mhm.
so we just see more of like the track on the side, or like the fans on each side as we're driving down the road. It was sick.
That's a movie they could have brought back for the holidays. Why not?
I think they did put it back in theater, not for the
Really?
holidays, but I swear it went
There
back
was
in
definitely
theaters.
there was a re-release, but I feel like
Actually, yeah, that's when I saw it the second time. It was a re-release.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean I'm hoping for because I didn't get to see it in IMAX or 40
Mm,
or X or whatever it is. Is it
40X.
40X? I thought
Yeah.
40X was like the smells and the chairs moving and stuff
I
like
think
that.
that's just 4D. Am I
Okay.
wrong?
I thought
feel like I'm wrong.
I think Screen X is what you're talking
Screen
about.
X. You're right. Screen
Okay,
X.
yeah, yeah. Because I was like 40X. I'm like, I feel like that's like smell, like that's the other sense. And I was like, or like
That's what with the
water
chairs
spraying.
moving and
Yeah, like water spraying at you and shit
Yeah.
like that.
that's
Horrible.
terrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
not
believe
doing
it
that.
still is going on. I don't know how many people are like, yes, I gotta watch my new favorite movie in 40X. Like,
Let me go watch Avatar: Fire and Ash and get burned while
Yes.
watching the movie. That sounds fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know, but no, that's a good pick. I like that pick.
What's your next one?
My next one is Thunderbolts, and again, this
You
list
mean the
again.
new Avengers?
Yeah, exactly. The new Avengers. And this is just because like my expectations were so like I lost majority of my faith in Marvel because
Mhm.
like but like the buzz got me interested. People were talking about it. Everyone's like, you know what, this one's not bad. So that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. So I was like, you know what? It's a Tuesday. It's cheap Tuesday at Cineplex. I'm also like a Cineplex member, so I was like, I get an
Mhm.
extra discount. Like, let me go. Let me go take a chance. People say it's not bad, so I went into it, and I think Florence Pugh, like his performance as like it was great in this movie, and she had a character that I actually felt like you could connect with. Like they brought it back down, in my opinion. I don't know if you've even seen the movie. I'm not trying to get into any
I've
spoilers or
seen
anything
it.
like that, but
I've seen it like in bits and pieces. It's actually when I
wait,
was on my
how?
trip. Yeah, when I was on my trip, it was it was on like one of on the TV. Like they had the like a rotating
Mhm.
kind of roster of movies, and it was one of them. So when I was like in and
Yeah.
out of the room and stuff, I kind of like saw it. So I never fully watched it. I didn't add it to my list of like ones that I've seen because I never sat through the whole thing, but I have seen parts of it.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, that's it. When you're like, I've seen bits and pieces. I'm like, explain yourself. Like, I don't know how you just see bits and pieces of a movie.
I'm like the guy I put
But
it on
okay,
for 10
that
minutes,
makes
turned
sense.
it off,
I'm
it was terrible. So then I came back and turned it on
Yeah.
again, gave it another chance halfway through. No. Well, you were talking about Florence Pugh's performance,
Yeah.
and I saw like her rallying the team and like some big moments, I feel like.
Mm.
So I can appreciate her performance too.
To me, they just didn't short side like her emotional journey that she went on. Because you know, like in Marvel movies, the classic thing is like something sad happens and they just immediately have to throw a punchline in it
joke,
because they don't want us. Yeah, because they don't want people to like to sit in it. Because like, yeah, these movies are supposed to be fun, which is fine. Because at the end of the day, they're kids. They're like they're teen movies. So I just have to kind of respect that, like, yo, like we're not teenagers anymore. So like these movies aren't made for us. So like as we get older, we're gonna be like, like, come on. But it's just like it's one of those weird things where it's like you made these movies for us, and you still keep trying to pull us back in with nostalgia things and be
Mm.
like, hey, look, we're bringing this person back. It's like, oh, cool. But then you still make a teen movie. It's just like, why'd you bring me back? Like, I don't like why you keep trying to pull me back? Like, just act like we don't exist. Try to get the next generation, but you keep trying to. I mean, they're doing with Doomsday, and
Yeah.
like they can't do this where they keep just like, hey, come back, and then we come back, and it's just like just dog shit.
And even as
Like,
even as teenagers, you could still like you're still literate enough that you understand when a bad thing happens that you don't just move past it with a joke. Like basically the whole thing just changed after like Guardians, when that was just a full-on comedy and they realized
oh
everybody
yeah,
loved it, and then they just made every movie like that. But even like in the Guardians trilogy, yeah, obviously there's lots of jokes in it, but like when there's, like you say, a sad moment, you got to sit in it and you got to deal with it. You don't just kind of like you got to have real emotion, real stakes in these movies, regardless of if it's a comedy or not.
exactly. But that's why it was on my list because I had very low expectations, and I appreciated that they actually had these characters go through things and actually let them deal with it. And it was still that still had its funny moments too. It actually got me looking forward to seeing these characters again.
Mm.
I don't know what they're gonna do with them going forward, but it was the first time I got in a while that I watched a Marvel movie, and it was like I found it pretty interesting. So I had to give it to Thunderbolts. Sure.
I'll stick in the MCU, and I went with Fantastic Four. One
Mm,
that the next one that exceeded my expectations. I was kind of same thing. Marvel, just low expectations, expecting basic Marvel slop. But I'm invested in these characters. I like the Fantastic Four, so that's why I went to see the movie. Like a
mm,
lot of, I just haven't been watching a lot of Marvel movies because they've been bad. But this one, I was like, okay, no, I like these characters. I want to go see. I thought it was really good. You know, there was that fan service, like that nostalgia, but not too much. They didn't overdo it. There's some
mm.
awesome action sequences in that movie. They all had good chemistry with each other. The cast, like, they really made me buy the whole family dynamic. Um, there's constant like change of plans in that movie, and like they're improvising when they try this and it doesn't work. So Reed has to like figure out something else, and then they try this, and like it was a great ride. It had some real emotional moments too, and not an amazing movie, but actually
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, no, I agree. It didn't end up making my list, but I completely agree. It definitely exceeded my expectations because I mean, I actually had a little bit more expectation because I was like, you know what, I like Thunderbolts, so like, hey, maybe they're on to
Mm,
something.
mm,
And I still do think like they're on to something because like again, I feel like those movies are like an improvement of what we've recently got. And it didn't feel like we didn't have to. There's like I guess a little bit of nostalgia aspects to both of it, just because like we also grew up watching Fantastic Four, so like that in itself is kind of a nostalgia thing of like, oh, like I remember these guys. Like these aren't new heroes that we're taking a chance on,
mhm.
but it still was. We definitely would do a whole episode on it. So if you want to hear our full breakdown, we definitely had some things we loved and didn't love about it. But I definitely agree that it was exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, that's why I say it's not like an amazing movie. It's not S tier Marvel, but
Yeah,
considering where I came in with the expectations, definitely exceeded it. We'll see where we go next year. They got Spider Man, Doomsday.
yeah,
Excited for
true.
both of
Is Doomsday
those.
the next thing?
Spider
I
Man.
don't actually. Spider Man's before Doomsday.
Yeah,
Was he even connected? Spider Man's kind of like in his own thing
it's
sometimes.
got
Like
to
I don't
be.
know. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. We'll see.
It's got to be
But that's a good pick.
somewhat. Yeah, I don't know. What's your next one?
My next one is The Roses. So I don't know if you've heard about that.
Oh, you
I've heard of
told
that
me
movie.
about this. I never ended up seeing it
Yeah,
though.
so it's Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's like I was gonna call it like a rom com, and it's like it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. Like it's the movie's hilarious. Like I've always been a fan of like British humor, and I definitely think that comes from growing up watching a lot of Guy Ritchie movies and just like
Mm.
watching shows like Misfits and stuff. Like I'm just like there's probably some other stuff too, but like I just love that like that crude British humor. And like basically the synopsis of the movie is like you have like these two people that are in a relationship and their lives are going on two different trajectories. Like one person's kind of like moving, and this isn't a spoiler, like this is like the synopsis of the movie. One person's kind of going up in their career, one person's going down, and like the other person was up and the person was kind of down. And you kind of
Mm.
see them going through um like the relationship dynamic between each other is changing. Like they have kids and stuff like that, and you kind of see the resentment going both ways, and it's just the way they handle is just so hilarious. It's like just the way they roast each other, and just like the way they talk to each other. No, like it's such a good time. Like I wasn't even like I saw the trailer and I wasn't sure if I even wanted to see it, but it was like, it's a perfect movie to go see with your girl. It's like just
Mhm.
a fun. I guess I would call it a rom com. It doesn't on IMDb and the thing they don't call it a rom com. It's called like a dark comedy satire.
Oh.
But I don't know. I guess that's a topic. What would you consider a rom com? Like, does it have to be?
Well, it's got to be funny. There's got to be comedy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then as far as romantic, I feel like I mean, I hate to pigeonhole
generalized.
like
Mm,
a whole genre
yeah.
because the whole what's great about movies is being creative and doing something different. But I feel like kind of what I am used to in like a romantic comedy is like a two people kind of coming together by the end. But I
Mm,
suppose romance can be like a negative. Like it doesn't always have to be a happy ending. So it can be
yeah.
two people in a relationship that end up breaking up. But the fact that
Hmm.
they're like in a relationship and have kids means like they're in a relationship. So I
Yeah.
guess that's the romance.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a good watch though. Like I'd recommend this to anybody honestly. Like I think you could watch it you with your girl or watch without your girl. And I still think you get some good laughs in there. It's a pretty funny movie. So I had like no expectations basically on it.
Mm,
Just because I was like I just saw a quick like teaser trailer and like Eloise, I'll shout out the producer was like, "Oh, we
shout
should go
out.
see that movie." And I'm like, "Yeah, 100%. I'd take you to see all these boy movies sometimes." So like it doesn't hurt me to go see those kind of
Does she
movies.
not like boy movies like Mission Impossible or Marvel? Like if you know.
She I think she likes them every now and then, but I think it comes to those times where it's just like, we watch Ballerina, we watch Mission Impossible, we watch F1, like you know what I mean? Where it's just like, can we watch a different kind of movie? And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Like right now, we've been very much like on that one side, so we can flip over.
Okay, nice.
We don't only do that on the Film Room podcast though. I'm gonna defend ourselves though. We mix it up.
No,
We did
for sure not.
Materialist. We were Rental Family. We did. I mean, we haven't done Past Lives, but we like those different kind of movies. We're not just only doing action movies on this podcast.
No, of course not. I love I don't want to say I love rom-coms because in general I don't, but like
Yeah,
I just
not
love
opposed.
good. No, I'm exactly. I'm not opposed to it, and I just think and like Rental Family is not even a rom-com. Like I
No,
just
yeah,
there's movies that are more emotional or just aren't big popcorn movies,
yeah,
and those are still fun. Even like indie art house movies,
yeah,
some of those are great.
exactly.
Okay,
What about you?
next
What's next?
Next, I have Black Bag on the list. We mentioned it
Mm,
earlier in the episode. This is Steven Soderbergh's British spy film starring Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett. For those of you that don't know, Michael Fassbender, his character is tasked with finding out who the traitor is among a group of spies that includes his wife, Kate Blanchett. You've seen this movie, right?
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I
Yeah,
saw
I didn't
the
see it in theaters as well, but the or either, I suppose. Does that make
yeah.
sense? I didn't
What?
see it as well. Or I
I
feel like
don't
I didn't
know.
see it either is the right way to say it, but can you even say it the other way?
I don't know. I mean, I understood what you meant
Yeah,
either
no.
way, but that's a good question. I don't know.
But yeah, this movie I heard good things about it. So I was going in and I was
Mhm.
like, okay, I think this is gonna be good. I'm excited. And I ended up like really, really loving it. It's set in this world of like high class snooty people
Mhm.
that you kind of want to be because they're rich and cool.
Yeah.
They're spies, but they're actually all just like childish assholes that kind of hate each other.
Yeah.
And it's got like that Tarantino style writing
Mm.
with really long scenes of just people in a room talking
Yeah.
with the tension that I talk about because we know that there's a traitor among them and Michael Fassbender's character is like sitting back trying to figure out who it is. I think it does a good job of like almost in a whodunit style. Like
Mm.
everyone it has like a motive or like I said, they're all kind of assholes. So like anybody could be the traitor. So it does a good job of not giving it away. So as you're watching the movie, you're trying to figure out who it is. The dynamic of what's he gonna do if it's his wife, and like that when they're
Yeah.
talking to each other. It just really works. Um, it's very tense. The volatility of these characters that do not hold back. So it's
Yeah.
just fireworks in every scene, and they have the cool black bag device. So basically, in the movie, they all have this agreement that due to their
Mhm.
nature of their work, they're spies. There's a lot that they can't talk about,
Mhm.
so they just say black bag. You know,
Yeah.
it'll be Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett, husband and wife. It'll be like, oh, where are you going this weekend? Oh, black bag. Can't tell you.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it just makes it so easy to lie, so you don't know who you can trust. It totally works. There's some unexpected, like funny moments in it. That's a great movie.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we should do it at some point. I don't know what would be the best time to do the movie, but
Whenever.
I I have mixed thoughts on the movie. I still liked my viewing. I don't think I liked it as much as you. So I think it'd be interesting to talk about it, or we can just do it off pod if it doesn't work out. But I'd definitely be interested to talk more about it because there was elements of it that I was just like that didn't work for me. Overall, I liked the movie, but there was an element that didn't work for me. So that I like the pick though still because I feel
Mm.
like just to put people onto it so people can go to watch for themselves. So I
Yeah.
definitely think it's worth watching. But I had some mixed feelings on it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to get into spoilers here.
No, for
And I'm
sure.
sure it's tough to mention those things without spoiling, and it's not
Yeah,
what this
exactly.
episode is about. So, and I loved it, so I'm down. Let's do it for an episode.
100%.
Okay, next one. Do you have any more?
Another on my list?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Furious.
Nice. That's my next one too. Let's do it.
I had to put the
Yo.
Furious on there, bro, because this is a kung fu movie directed by Kenji. What's it called? Tangigati, or how do you say his name? Do you have him on there?
Tanigaki? That's what I have
Yeah.
written down.
Okay. Yeah. And honestly, we said it last time after we watched the TIFF, and I still stand on it because it hasn't changed. It's the best action set piece movie I've ever seen. Like
Mhm.
like to me when I was watching it, like I was mostly in disbelief in this movie with the hype up of like these guys are actually doing these stunts. And just as the movie kept going on, obviously it was juiced up. We saw it Midnight Madness at TIFF 50, and people are going absolutely bananas. Some good, some bad. If you want to listen to our TIFF episode, you can get more on that. But the movie was just absolutely insane, and like expectations were like basically on the floor because I had no idea any context. Like people were there that were like, oh yeah, this guy's a legend in like kung fu movies, and like this guy's a legend in martial arts. I didn't have that context. Wasn't familiar with the director. I didn't really know what it was going to be about because, like you said earlier with TIFF, it's like you read the synopsis and we're like, okay, so it's a revenge movie. That's basically all they told us.
Yeah.
There was no trailer. There was one image.
Yeah.
So expectations were literally on the floor. so and it just exceeded. It was a great experience.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You want to talk about boy movies?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
Yes.
not that a girl can't watch this and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But like, you do want to talk about a stereotypical guy movie, just
Yeah.
high octane action. That's all this. There really is no story to
not
this
really.
movie. But what's so good about it is that
Mhm.
it's not trying to be anything other
No.
than that. It knows exactly what it is. We got like 6 crazy martial artists. Let's have them go through this story and just fight each other in the most insane ways you've ever seen with cool weapons and different settings. I expected a fun action movie because I mean, like you say, like I wouldn't say on the floor. That's a funny way of putting it. Just having because you don't know.
Yeah.
I expected a fun action movie, but I mean that's what I got. 10x. Yeah, no notes.
I mean,
Watch this
I will
movie
have
when
to
it comes out next year.
Yeah, I think I was being a little. I'm definitely exaggerating on the floor because when I think about it more, I'm like, they're not gonna bring like. There's obviously movies that not everybody loves that come at festivals, but for Midnight Madness, at least I haven't. They never have delivered on any bad movies. Because it's like such a small selection. Like with the whole festival, there's so many movies, but Midnight Madness, there's literally only like 5.
Yeah.
Or like there's like 10. So it's like a very small amount. So usually they're gonna be like, okay, this movie's gotta be crazy in one aspect. It's gotta be crazy funny, it's gotta be crazy scary, it's gotta be crazy something. So whatever it is gonna deliver on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have expected it to be wild.
Yeah, and like you had
But-
told me going in, like it because the movie starts at midnight, You got to keep people awake.
Yeah.
And this was the third movie that we saw in the same day.
Yeah.
So we had already watched 2 movies. We had gone out to dinner and all this stuff. Now it's midnight. It's already been a long day. If it wasn't great, like, you could easily start dozing off.
Oh, 100%.
This movie supposed to come out, I think, around like April next year.
Okay. Yeah.
Check it out, guys. Awesome stuff.
100%. 100%. I'm almost debating if I want to go see it again. If they do like an IMAX release or something, I want to just bring somebody. I might, to be honest.
Yeah, because we saw it. It wasn't that big of a screen because it's like it's not a movie theater, right? It's like a theater, like a stage theater. So like they kind of just drop down a screen and project it. It's really not that big. Seeing this in IMAX would be freaking unreal.
Yeah, but there's also a little bit of that element for me too, where I'm like, I don't know if I can top that experience
of everyone just freaking out. Like,
yeah, I don't know, but hey, that was my. Do you have any one last one or no?
Well, I mean, the last thing I'll say about The Furious though is like, yes, it was midnight mass, so like there's already that expectation people be freaking out and stuff. But like, I honestly think in a regular screening of this movie, like people still will be just like people are just gonna be sitting there watching and like, okay,
yeah, that's true.
Just eat my popcorn and not react, not make no sound. You're still gonna have people like what, like maybe not to the same extent, but you'll still have people react.
Yeah, definitely not to the same extent. No. Not maybe. You were standing up. Like no way. That's not how you act in society.
Yeah, no, true. But no, I don't have any more on the list. Do you have any?
I got one more.
Okay, go for it.
I got one more. I might surprise you that it's on this list, but I got Weapons.
Okay.
I got Weapons on this list, and I went into this movie hoping to like it was gonna be good, not expecting. And like because I got nervous because I was like, it was a movie that I already wanted to watch, and then I saw like the hype was building up for it. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta stay away from this because my expectations are gonna be too high. It's a good trailer. I liked Barbarian. Like but I know that had left a lot of people with mixed feelings. And I was thinking, I was like, hopefully I'm not on the other side of this movie. Like there's like that strong line where people are like, oh, Barbarian was like great, but maybe I didn't love the ending. So people were like, I just didn't really like Barbarian. And like me and my cousin were going back and forth on that. And I was like, all right, I guess we'll agree to disagree. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll be on like the latter this time. Maybe people will be like, I love Weapons, but I was like, I didn't like it that much. So that was my thought going into it. So I was like skeptical the whole time. And then it actually ended up being good and I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
So that's why I ended up like I had like medium expectations because I didn't want to set myself up for failure.
Yeah, I didn't put it on this list because I really liked the movie too, loved it, but I had high expectations, so it's not really one that like super exceeded. Not that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It just because I'm a big trailer guy, as you know.
Yeah.
Awesome trailer. I haven't seen Barbarian or anything else, but like an awesome premise.
Yeah.
And there's going to be mystery, not too many jump scares, which is great for me. So it was great, but I came in with high expectations. So it didn't make my exceeding list.
Okay.